So, when did your skin start looking tired? Tired skin, not dry, not red, not ashy, just flat. When did it start looking really flat, like the light just went out in your skin? Do you remember when that started happening? If that resonates and you've spent more money on brightening products and still cannot seem to get that glow back, I want to share something with you. Your dull skin is not asking for a new serum or a new product. It is asking you to look inside. And today we will do exactly that. This is Skin Signals, and dullness has a story to tell you. Okay? We're going to start at the cellular level because understanding what dullness is, it will change how you approach your skincare. Okay? So your skin gets its luminosity or its brightness from a even smooth surface. It's circulation. Adequate circulation brings oxygen and nutrients to the surface of the skin. It helps with efficient skin cell turnover. And we've talked about skin cell turnover rate. As we age, that turnover rate starts to slow down. Okay. Also, proper hydration at the cellular level. So all of those have to do with luminosity and the brightness of your skin. Dullness can occur when any one of these is compromised. Okay? Dead skin cells accumulating on the surface of the skin, light scatters instead of reflecting. So when you wake up and you notice, you're like, oh, why do I feel, you have collected skin cells, especially here on the sides of the nose. Mine will collect here and then here sometimes in the brows. And it's because that skin cell turnover rate has started to slow down. Okay? Poor circulation. So your cells are starved of oxygen and nutrients. Sluggish skin cell turnover, we just talked about that, and they sit on the skin for far too long, and then dehydration or nutrient deficiency at the cellular level. So when you see dullness, the question isn't what can I put on my skin? The question is which of these four is being compromised and why? This is where I'll speak to you specifically for my perimenopausal and menopausal community, because those four luminosity factors are directly affected by the hormonal changes in midlife. And guess what hormone we're going to talk about? Estrogen, right? That estrogen decline is something serious because your estrogen, it stimulates the collagen. So as your estrogen declines, your skin loses the density and the surface becomes less reflective, okay? That light isn't reflecting like it used to. Estrogen also helps to support circulation. Its decline reduces blood flow to the skin, reducing the natural flush and glow in your skin. Estrogen also promotes a faster skin cell turnover rate, okay? So as your estrogen declines, what happens? Those dead skin that it accumulates quicker, okay? Estrogen also supports hyaluronic acid. As it declines, cellular hydration drops and the skin just begins to look flat. Okay, so that is some of what you are dealing with, and it could be all that you're dealing with. Every single luminosity factor is impacted by that estrogen decline. This is why your skin has changed. This is not your imagination. And this is why it looks so very different. This is why topical brightening products alone cannot restore what hormonal shifts have changed. Okay, you have to look at it from a cellular level and deal with the hormonal changes that are going on. One of the most overlooked causes of dull skin is lymphatic stagnation. That congestion in the lymphatic system is something fierce, and it is particularly relevant for those of us in perimenopause and menopause. The lymphatic system, it removes waste out of your system and toxins from the tissues. So if that lymphatic system is not moving and it's stagnant, then what's happening? A few things are happening, and we've talked about some of that in some of the previous videos. Okay? It can be from stress, a sedentary lifestyle. So if you're like me, I have to be very intentional about getting up and moving. I can sit here because I just want to get it done, and so I'm sitting here and I write a lot, I type a lot, I'm recording, I'm doing website copy and uploading product and taking pictures. And so I sit quite a bit. And when I do, it's in huge blocks of time. So I have to be very intentional about getting up and moving. And I'll go get on, I call it my Jello Jiggler, which is my vibration plate. I have a stepper. I have the little thing that you twist. I have my walking pad, and then I'll just walk around here or go downstairs into what I call my lab. I'll go down there and then come back upstairs and jump rope. I've now incorporated some jump roping now that I feel like my knees are a little bit stronger. Okay, but we have got to move and stretch. That lymphatic system is no joke. Okay. So, let's see. What do we? What else do we have? Stress, sedentary lifestyle, poor sleep. We know how that is, especially in this season of life. We're not getting enough rest. We're just not getting adequate rest. Sleeping the way that we should and staying in a deep sleep, which is that REM sleep, long enough so that our bodies can be rested and restored during that sleep. So much happens during that REM sleep. And when we're missing out on it, our lymphatic system is impacted. Okay. So the result is if you wake up puffy, you have this on African American women, we don't want to start looking gray. If we start looking gray, that's a whole other issue. Okay? But it can be puffiness and just this dullness that you have in your skin. There is no light reflecting off of your skin. You feel puffy every morning. Your face can be puffy. Your hands and feet and ankles can be puffy. That is your lymphatic system speaking. Okay? So the solution to that, we just talked about it, that is movement. You want to move because your lymphatic system has no automatic pump of its own. Movement is the pump. So we have to move. Okay? Even gentle movement gets your lymph flowing and your skin glowing before you've applied any single product. So I have made it a point every morning to get up, get on my vibration plate, get things moving, drinking warm lemon water every morning, getting on my walking pad, and doing, even if I only do 20 steps on my stair stepper little machine, but getting things moving, and stretching. Stretching is huge. I used to do Maury Windsor's um, Pilates. You don't need a machine to do Pilates. Let me just tell you that. And if I can get my hands on another relatively inexpensive DVD player, I'll be plugging it in and doing Maury Windsor again. That single series alone did more for me than the gym ever did. And I stand on that 1,000%. Stretching is where it's at. Okay? So, here's what actually moves the needle on dull skin. Internally, you want to support circulation. So, we talked about that. So, movement, herbal circulatory support. So, herbs that help the circulatory system, which is going to also include the heart because it gets things pumping and moving. Support your cell turnover. Nutrition, adequate protein, antioxidants. You can find protein in your vegetables. Green leafy vegetables, you can find protein there as well as beans and lentils and things like that. Okay, if you don't, you don't have to have meat in your diet to get the protein that you need. Okay, support your lymphatic system through movement, hydration, massage. Now the lymph is gentle. So even when I'm massaging a client and you do a lymphatic massage, it's very gentle. It's a very gentle massage, okay, to get the lymph moving. Okay, excuse me, have hiccups. And then topically, you're going to consistent cleansing. So of course, we have a whole cleansing line, but even if you don't use our line, you want to make sure that you are adequately cleansing and be consistent. So for over here, it's consistent oil cleansing, removes the dead skin cell buildup. So we use cleansing balms and stay away from soaps that over dry the skin. Okay. We also have a toner, of course, that's botanical. It is infused with botanicals. There's no water in any of our formulas, so you are getting the full benefits of all of the botanicals in our formula. And it helps with the skin's natural cell renewal process. Okay? And then the facial oil is with antioxidant rich botanicals. Of course, it protects against oxidative stress and helps to remove that dullness from your skin. Okay, helps to restore, I should say, the luminosity. And here's the simplest morning ritual for luminosity: facial massage with your oil. You can just use a facial massage. 2 minutes of gentle upward strokes helps to stimulate the circulation in your skin, and it helps that lymph to flow simultaneously, and then you'll start to feel that glow coming back, okay, without buying anything new. Okay, so your skin is not dull because it is damaged. It is definitely communicating. Remember, that's the skin signal's way. It is telling you something about circulation, cell turnover, lymphatic health, and the internal shifts of this life season. That is skin signals. And now you speak a little more of its language. So, 3 things. Okay. Take your skin assessment below. The link is below. Understanding the full picture of what your skin is communicating. And then 2, shop our 2, well, 1, 2. 1, 2. Shop our facial care collection. The link is also listed below. And then subscribe and share. Share our videos with those that you think can benefit from them. Thank you again so much for joining me. And remember, it looks good to feel good. So love you. Until next time, my name is Chantel with Love You Studios Holistic Wellness Center. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.